Wow, it's so simple. So simple. The sacral and the heart. The sacral represents the rotation of the universe, the entry point for the holy water, the warm body, the temperature increase, the mass energy increase, the piece of water, the piece of glass, the chip, the inflationary mechanism comes through the sacral to us. Through us, not to us, through us, to the atmosphere, the firmament inside the cavitation. So the valve between the outside and the inside is the sacral, yours. If you stand on your sacral, you stand on a point, and so your tripartite structure, the one straight down to the bottom, to the lens, there's a lens there, you're standing in the middle of it, and therefore there's a bending that's about to be created at the base, so that when you stand on the lens, you force the lens to be convex. Your two arms, your 108 and your plus 144 and 137, that angles. So he goes across, bounces across 137, has a reflexive reaction of 7 degrees, creating a central fixed point, and then that's the ring tension height. And this is where fine structure constant comes in, the 137 arc seconds. That's our bounce back. We should be 144 bouncing back, for heaven's sake. We're bouncing back that tiny amount. That's so fucking lazy. And so the sacral, we stand on the sacral when we stand on a patriarchal, male-based, hard-on world of sin in the mind, creating hard-ons. Yeah? That's what we built. That's the wobbly view. And so that's the small triangle now. When you use the lever arm analogy, and you've got the large equilateral and the small equilateral, when we stand on the sacral, we stand on the small equilateral. When we stand on the large one, the large triangle, we stand on the cone. And that the lens at the base has a conic strength structure of the walls are created from water. There's a boundary of cavitation, it's a cone. Down to the lens, an actual hollow. The vortex is created. And so we stand there, inside us, because it can't exist anywhere else. That force is so powerful that if you put it into anything, it just evaporates it, spins it away. It's gravitationally so powerful. And so it's either is solid or it is nothing. And yet here we have the perfect balance in your hearts of the cone, and then you have your angles above. So now you've got, instead of standing on the straight line, wobbling on the head of a pin, you're standing on the top of a cone. It's a really solid and sensible place to be. Your arms are raised as high as they can go. Within your ether arms, you're raising your arms aloft to celebrate, worship your God. Hurrah, you're home. You've found where to stand, a solid platform, a solid foundation. Can you see it? And where's the centre of the earth? It's the pyramid. Right? The pyramid, William Petrie knew this. There's some excellent work by the American government proposing that the pyramid of Giza is the centre of the earth, and it fucking is when you look at that map. And the Giza pyramid is the fixed point. It's a natural growth. It's a natural growth that we've created work inside it. But that the actual conic structure, the pyramid structure, is the hypercube base of the force structure that it takes. Straight lines. And therefore the force is there, sucking like that, with the ring tension. See the old ring tension you've created by raising your arms. You've raised the ring tension of the surface, so the surface rotates below its own ring tension, the halo above it. But that halo goes to the center, the cowboy's lasso hand, where his hand is, where the lasso swinging out, and there's no force there. And so the force balance creates a void pyramid shaped hypercube base. And that's where we stand, right? So that's where the world stands now. When we stand on our hearts, the world stands on that pyramid. And that the Nile Delta is the corruption of our women. It is the force that is pulling on our women and destroying their bodies once a month. Because we stand on our hard-ons. Because we sit in our minds. Men. So men choose to stand with our women, alongside them. And we're about to evolve. You can't stop this. You're caterpillars. We're going to become a butterfly. If you don't like it, tough. It must happen. You know, we cannot stop evolution. Evolution is of consciousness. Get out the fucking way and get on the ride. Yeah, come with us. The 144,000 is the number of degrees, minutes and seconds that we're going to traverse when the magnetic pole switch runs through. We will go consciously, and the seeds and the information that will be available for us will be huge. If we work this out and do it before the destruction begins, we these bodies will actually experience this. We will, you, the entity that you are, will experience this. If you don't, the whole thing's going to smash that whirlwind earth. Total smashing, and it'll be reseeded like the Cambrian. And why did the Cambrian, what was the flower of life? Why did it suddenly happen in the Cambrian? Why did it suddenly go? It's a fucking lens. Yeah, the planet itself is a lens, a Petri dish. William Petri tells us there's the circle around the outside and a lens shape. It's a shallow, water collects there, and that water is the holy water, the warm body. The warm bodies with motion are arriving there. In the shallow bath, in the shallow sea of the Cambrian. So that's the world. Yeah, it changes fucking shape. The shape of the planet changes. And when the golden age begins, it goes back to a flat planet. Welcome home, my brothers and sisters. Yeah. So stop standing on your sacral, men. Yeah. You're shortly going to be killed if you continue to masturbate. Because we're doing God's work now. Seriously doing God's work. So choose this. Just fucking choose it. Yeah? If it has to be a war, then there must be one. We will win because God always wins. So why not just be on God's side in the first place? Yeah? Because then you're standing alongside our women, you're standing with love. And you are guaranteed a place in the future, no matter how bad you've been. If you change now, yeah, you're coming with us, with the 144,000, the leaders. But when you get to the other side, you'll remember everything you've done, and you'll have to atone for it, so you'll be a slave. And you'll be welcome, you'll be grateful for the chance to be a slave to the people who worked this out for us when you see the world that we've delivered for our children. Yeah, human beings have arrived back where we belong, in the Garden of Eden. We are the eyes of God. Do your work. Welcome home. God loves you.